And here we are again, doing some beekeeping. Yeah, not much happening in the clover. Oh, there's a little bit in there. Right on camera and just pick it up for a sec. So if we come around here, the three old flow frames actually look like they've got honey in them. That one hasn't got a lot, but it's got some. This one here has a little tiny bit starting, as does that one. That one looks like it's nearly full, and so does that one. But we'll pull them out and have a look before we worry about harvesting. And we'll go through the rest of the hive as well. I haven't done that for a little while. Okay, put the camera back. And I may not get everything over here to look at, but you can just come along with the journey, hey? Looks like I've got a few hive beetles. get a bit of wax build up on the queen excluder. I can't see the queen on there, so that's a good thing, but we'll investigate a bit further. Get some of this off as well. So a lot of this wax I took off is probably more propolis than wax, which is tree resin. There's also a little bit of honey there, so I'll put that with the rest of my wax collection and I'll melt that down. Where are we? There we go. Pretty much all honey, so I'll take that one. There's another one. So we'll take that one as well. As you can see, this one has the very large drone brood and honey, so obviously we won't take that one. Looks like there's a couple of practice queen cells there as well on the bottom, peanut shaped. So we'll obviously put this one back in. This one has capped worker brood. And there's some pollen down in those little holes down there too. This is all worker brood as well. Yep, I'll get that around the other way. There is some honey and nectar in there as well. The nectar's obviously not capped. Pretty cool, eh? Alrighty. Okay, so once again we have drone brood. There's an open cell there with a larvae in it. And there's one there. So the drone brood's bigger because they're the males. Worker brood is a little bit smaller. Alright, so I'll put that one back. So again, drone brood, getting towards the outer frames again now. So there's more honey than there is drone. If you look on the outside one, it's basically almost all honey, except just down the bottom there's a couple of drone larvae in those open cells. Alright. So, another full honey, which we'll take. It's obviously towards the outside of the hive, which is what they do to insulate their hive. The honey actually acts as an insulator. What it does is it either keeps the heat in or keeps the heat out. So summer obviously keeps it a little cooler, stops the heat getting to the middle of the hive, and winter it keeps it warm. That's why you always find the brood to the middle, the honey to the outside in the brood section. And they usually fill from the middle of the hive out when it comes to honey in the actual honey stores at the top. So it's a bit different when it's in the top. I would go away if I were you, Lucy. Come on, dog, out there you go. Just come back from her walk. No, but I got the hive apart, so they're just a little more agitated, that's all. It's just because there's more of them here. Okay. Although this one isn't completely capped, it's pretty close because the other side is. So this honey will be fine to harvest. So far I've got 4 of the ideal frames. So that's probably about... Is that the normal? No, the little ones. Is that the normal one? The normal little ones, the half-size ones. Not the flow frame? No, flow frames I think I've got 3, but I haven't opened it up yet. Have a good look. Now I'm going to try and get in here. Down for a minute. Didn't notice the queen, but it doesn't mean she's not there. We'll have to be careful. Hoping that she is down here in the bottom. we're pretty packed with brood here. There's some larvae, there's worker brood in the middle, there's male drone brood on the outside there. This side's the same. Drone brood and worker brood. It appears the drone brood was towards the front of the hive. I'm not sure if that's significant, but we'll put it all back in and we'll keep going through. Might leave this one out just to give me a bit of room for a minute. Probably upset them a little bit. Okay, this one has a lot of pollen in the cells there, but there is some worker brood or cap brood there. Hang on. Easier to see on this side. Oops. Worker brood, and then there's all pollen in there, all bee bread in all those cells along there. So that's where their food stores are, or some of them. Okay, this frame was a non-wired, non-foundation frame, so the bees did all this themselves a long time ago. As you can see, there's no wires through there. All that side. But you can see it's full of brood, and in there is some pollen, and well, we call it bee bread because they fill it with pollen and then they put honey with it, and it makes what they call a bee bread for the young bees to be fed. And this side is pretty much the same. Don't see the queen on here, but we'll keep looking. If I can see eggs, then we'll know that we've definitely got a laying queen. If I don't, then I might have to have a consideration as to what goes on. But we'll keep looking. Okay, once again, have lots of brood that's capped, and bee bread. This side's the same. So she's in there, she's doing a great job of laying eggs, because it's, you know, there's 900 in this frame, minimum. So it's a lot of, you know, if you have a look on here, I did make a bit of a boo-boo when I pulled it, well I didn't really make a boo-boo, when I pulled it apart, between the frames, sometimes they lay cells as well, which they put drone brood in. So obviously I've killed a couple there. But the great thing is, by looking at this, I can actually see that there are no varroa mites on those two larvae. So that's good, and I'll have a look at the top of the other ones, because there's another couple of those. Also, this extra wax on the top and propolis, I actually leave it on. A lot of beekeepers take it off, but the bee uses it as an antibiotic, so I leave it in the hive for the bees. I don't think we should scrape it out. It's better for them. Oops, getting myself tangled up. Once again, this is all brood and bee bread on that side. And this side is all fully capped brood. That's doing a really awesome job. Okay. Once again, brood. If you look up in here, if you're lucky, you might be able to see down in some of those cells there are little larvae. Because I'm looking through the camera, it's a bit hard for me to see it at the moment, but it's somewhere around that corner there. There is larvae, a little bit hard with some of the bees on top. So there is young larvae, which is good. So the queen was here at least probably 7 to 10 days ago. And you can also see there's some more of that drone brood on top. Oops, where are we? There we are, put it in the screen. So, I mean, it's good to see because I can't see varroa on there. That's a good way to tell, because your drone brood usually ends up with the varroa mite on it, and I can't see any on that. Now, unfortunately, of course, those drones aren't going to make it, so I will remove those. So we will get rid of those. I'm not going to leave them in there. Or I can leave them and the bees will actually do their thing anyway. And they'll probably just pull them out and remove them themselves. Okay. Well, my queen's pretty good at hiding. I haven't found her. But in saying that, still plenty of brood, and there is larvae in here as well. If I can get hold of this frame properly. Excuse me for a moment while I swap hands around. Now, hopefully, let me have a look. Oh yes. Right, down here where all this capped brood is, down in those cells there is very young larvae. I'll have to have a look later, there may even be eggs on this frame. So I'll just quickly go across the video and I'll have a look. And if there are, well, I'll put it in the video later. Because I obviously can't see them at the moment, the way the light's in my eyes and everything. But it's definitely ready to be laid out anyway. And this is my first full inspection of 2025, and so far it's going pretty good. This one's a bit heavier. So it's got lots of nectar in it. So yes, I highly doubt this has anything in it. There's definitely no queen on it because it's just all honey and nectar. Hopefully you can see all that. Open nectar cells on the bottom, and cap cells on the top. Plenty of activity. There is young larvae. I will have a look at the video later and have a look. There may actually be eggs, I'm not sure. I'll have a look at a couple of my close-ups. So it's a pretty good inspection for the first one of 2025. We're in January, so yeah, this is pretty cool. frame back in. Okay, so what I'll do now, I will put the ideal back on. I push those frames together in the middle so that they are close together, and it gives them a V-space between the frames, and on the outside it has a bit more. Then I'll put this ideal back on. I will quickly go out and spin out the honey, which I won't record for now. We'll see how we go, and then we might have a look at the flow hive and see what's going on there. Alrighty. Squish too many of these if I can help it. Okay, I'll try and turn this off without getting stung, and I will endeavour to go and do some honey spinning, and I will